What if the reason your life feels delayed is not because the answer is no, but because the version of you asking is still too fragile to hold the yes? Sit with that for a second, because this changes everything. Right now, there may be open doors near you, real chances, real favor, real growth, real provision, but they are not waiting for you to beg harder. They are waiting for you to become stronger, not louder, stronger. Listen carefully, because most people miss this and stay stuck for years. You are not only praying for money, you are praying for weight. You are not only asking for love, you are asking for responsibility. You are not only asking for a bigger life, you are asking for a life that will test your structure, your habits, your peace, your patience, your discipline, and your ability to stay steady when pressure rises. And if your inner world is weak, the very thing you call a blessing can break you. That is why some answers feel delayed. Not because heaven is cruel, because heaven is careful. Stay with me, because the next few minutes may explain why some people keep asking for increase, but keep repeating the same cycle. They want a new season with old habits, more reward with the same mindset, bigger results with the same small systems. But increase does not only visit desire, it visits capacity. And if you build the capacity, what felt far away can begin moving toward you faster than you think. Your life may not be blocked by lack of prayer. It may be blocked by lack of structure. That is the hard truth. People spend so much time asking for more income, better relationships, bigger opportunities, more influence, more peace, while ignoring the deeper question: can your current life hold what you are asking for? Can your mind hold it? Can your schedule hold it? Can your habits hold it? Can your character hold it? Can your boundaries hold it? Because the issue is not only desire, the issue is design. What can you carry without cracking? What can you manage without chaos? What can you sustain without losing yourself? This is where everything shifts. Your ceiling is not random. It is built. It is built from your routines, your emotional control, your financial behavior, your discipline under stress, your honesty about weak areas, and your ability to handle pressure without falling apart. That means your current results are not only about luck, timing, or other people. They are often a reflection of the size and strength of the vessel you have built. This part matters. Once you understand that, you stop begging for a different life and start building for one. You stop asking only for open doors and start becoming someone who can walk through them without self-sabotage. You stop treating growth like magic and start treating it like construction, bit by bit, brick by brick, habit by habit. That is where lasting change begins. Think about the story of the woman with a tiny jar of oil and a house full of pressure. Debt was closing in, fear was rising, her future looked small. Yet the instruction she received was strange. Gather empty containers, as many as you can, and start pouring. That moment reveals a law many people still ignore. The oil did not stop because heaven ran out. The oil stopped when the vessels ran out. Read that again in your spirit. The supply matched the space she prepared. The flow matched the capacity she built. The miracle moved at the speed of readiness. And that same pattern shows up in life now. People want abundance poured into habits built for survival. They want peace poured into lives ruled by noise. They want healthy love poured into hearts still trained by fear, insecurity, and emotional chaos. They want greater income while still treating money with confusion, impulse, and avoidance. But blessing takes the shape of its container. If the vessel is weak, the flow cannot stay. If the system leaks, the increase disappears. If the container is too small, the outcome remains small even when more is available. That is why preparation matters so much. Not because you earn grace by performance, but because you must become able to receive what is already ready to move. Maybe your financial vessel needs stronger discipline. Maybe your emotional vessel needs healing and steadiness. Maybe your professional vessel needs skill, consistency, and reliability. Whatever area you want to see grow, build the container first. Because what you prepare for begins to make room for you. There is another law, and it is just as serious. Every gift carries weight. Every increase brings pressure. Every new level adds responsibility. And if the weight crushes you, the gift was too heavy for your current frame. A bigger contract sounds exciting until sleepless nights expose the weakness in your management. Marriage sounds beautiful until your selfish habits meet daily responsibility. A promotion feels powerful until leadership demands clarity, courage, decisions, and accountability you never trained for. This is why more is not always mercy when less has not yet been managed well. Readiness is not measured by how badly you want something. It is measured by how faithfully you carry what is already in your hands. How do you act under current pressure? How do you handle the tasks already on your plate? How do you respond when life gets uncomfortable? These questions reveal far more than desire ever will. Trust grows where stewardship is visible. Responsibility in small things trains you for larger things. And this is not punishment. It is protection. What would happen if you got everything you asked for this month, but your habits stayed the same? Would your peace survive it? Would your relationships survive it? Would your integrity survive it? Would your body survive it? Would your mind survive it? Be honest. Because sometimes the delay is mercy wearing plain clothes. Sometimes what feels like slowness is a shield. And sometimes the next level is not being hidden from you. It is being held back until you are strong enough to stand under its weight and still remain whole. This leads to the next truth. Increase follows preparation. It does not chase intention alone. You do not build capacity by wishing for it. You build it by becoming a different kind of person. First, your identity expands. You begin to see yourself as someone who can already function at the level you are asking for. If deep inside you still see yourself as helpless, overlooked, unstable, broke, not enough, not ready, then your outside life will keep bending back toward that inner picture. Your identity acts like a thermostat. It keeps pulling your results back to the level your self-image believes is normal. Then discipline expands. You create systems that work whether you feel inspired or not. A money system, a health system, a learning system, a work system, a prayer system, a rest system. Systems turn good intentions into repeatable action. Then boundaries expand. You learn that saying yes to everything is not kindness. It is leakage. Time leaks, energy leaks, focus leaks, peace leaks. And when everything leaks, capacity never grows. So you say no more clearly. You protect your mornings. You protect your money. You protect your mind. You protect your calling from noise. Identity forms the frame. Discipline builds the structure. Boundaries guard the structure from collapse. Do not rush past that. This is where many people lose momentum. They want fast increase, but they do not want the daily pattern that can carry it. Yet the quiet pattern is the very thing that prepares the louder result. Now let's make this painfully real. Maybe you say you want business growth, but you still do not manage the money already passing through your hands. You do not track it. You do not plan it. You do not direct it. You just react to it. Then you wonder why more has not stayed. Maybe you say you want promotion, but you avoid hard decisions, hard conversations, and full ownership in your current role. You want the title without the tension, the recognition without the pressure, the reward without the weight. Maybe you say you want abundance, but every emotion becomes a purchase. Stress becomes spending. Boredom becomes spending. Sadness becomes spending. Celebration becomes spending. Then money is not serving you. It is controlling you through your feelings. Maybe you say you want respect, but your reactions still rule your life. Your peace can be stolen by one comment. Your day can be wrecked by one inconvenience. Your mouth moves before your wisdom does. Then the issue is not other people alone. The issue is that self-government is still weak. And without self-government, external honor feels unstable. Stay with me. This is not about shame. It is about diagnosis. Because what you do not name clearly, you cannot build wisely. Sometimes the reason life feels repetitive is not because nothing is changing around you. It is because the same weak pattern keeps reappearing inside you. And until that pattern is interrupted, new opportunities will often produce old outcomes in a new outfit. Maybe you want deep love, but you still cannot stand your own silence. You want someone to remove your emptiness instead of learning to build fullness within yourself. Then partnership becomes pressure, not peace, because neediness turns every relationship into a rescue mission. Maybe you want wealth, but pressure still makes you panic. You want comfort, but not the decisions. You want freedom, but not the responsibility. You want the visible fruit, but not the invisible roots. That is why inner growth matters so much. You cannot keep asking for larger fruit from a tree you refuse to strengthen. You cannot keep demanding harvest from soil you will not prepare. You cannot keep praying for overflow while protecting the very habits that create leakage. So here is the shift. Stop measuring your life only by what has not arrived and start measuring it by what you are becoming able to hold. That is where power returns. And once you see that, you can build with purpose. One decision at a time, one area at a time, one honest correction at a time. Not dramatic, not fake, not rushed, built. That is why the practical blueprint matters. Because insight without structure becomes another emotional moment that fades by tomorrow, but structure changes outcomes. Structure gives your future something solid to land on, and if you follow this with honesty, your life can begin to feel less like a waiting room and more like a construction site where real progress is already happening even before the visible breakthrough appears. Start here. First, create one clear boundary in an area where your life has become too open, too loose, or too expensive. Make it specific. Make it measurable. Make it non-negotiable. Maybe it is no phone after a certain hour. Maybe it is no spending beyond a weekly limit. Maybe it is no extra commitments on one protected day. A boundary is proof that you can govern yourself. Second, remove one source of chaos every week. 1, not 10. 1, a draining relationship, a messy corner, a useless subscription, a habit that steals hours, a conversation pattern that always ends in stress. Chaos eats capacity, so every piece of chaos you remove creates room for strength. Third, build one simple system that keeps working even when motivation disappears. A budget, a bedtime, a workout plan, a study block, a planning routine, a saving pattern, a daily reset. Keep it simple enough to maintain, because a tiny system you actually follow beats a perfect system you abandon. Fourth, measure something on purpose. What gets measured gets managed. Money saved, time protected, days consistent, skills practiced, pages read, prayers kept, emotional reactions reduced. Measurement creates awareness, and awareness creates accountability. This is where many lives quietly change, not in a dramatic moment, but in repeated contact with truth. And if you keep listening, this next part will help you lock the change in place instead of losing it by next week. Fifth, accept responsibility without complaining. Find one area where you keep making excuses and take full ownership. Stop spending all your energy explaining why it is unfair, difficult, late, or someone else's fault. Ownership is not about blaming yourself for everything. It is about deciding that your response belongs to you, and that is where authority begins. Sixth, practice delayed gratification on purpose. Choose something you want and wait before taking it. Not because you are weak, because you are training strength. You are teaching your soul to want without being ruled by want, to desire without demanding, to pause without feeling deprived. That quiet training changes everything. Seventh, do one action every day that your future self can inherit. Save something, build something, learn something, write something, clean something, finish something, create something that outlives the mood of the moment. This is how capacity grows in real life. Then come the excuses that try to stop you. I'm ready, life is just unfair. Maybe. But readiness is shown in present stewardship, not only inner confidence. Once I have more, I'll get disciplined. No. Discipline before increase, not after. I'm overwhelmed right now, I'll build later. But strength is often built under pressure, not after pressure disappears. These objections sound reasonable, but they quietly keep people trapped for years. And if you do not challenge them, they become beliefs. If they become beliefs, they become patterns. And patterns become ceilings. When capacity starts to rise, life begins to feel different. Not perfect. Different. Pressure that once drowned you becomes weight you can carry. Problems that once felt personal become puzzles you can solve. Money stops disappearing like fog because now it has direction. You begin telling your money where to go instead of asking where it went. Your emotions stop driving every decision. Peace gains muscle. Your mind gets clearer. You stop chasing every opportunity because your standards get stronger. Some doors open because you are prepared. Other doors stop mattering because you can finally see they were distractions. People respond to the order you carry. You begin to treat yourself with more respect, and that shifts the way others approach you too. Your relationships change. Draining patterns become easier to spot. Neediness loses its grip. Better connections become easier to recognize and keep. You stop feeling frantic all the time. You stop living like every delay is disaster. You stop treating your current season as proof that nothing is happening, because now you understand something deeper. Your present season may be building the muscles your future season will require. This is the retention point, so don't miss it. Small capacity creates small results. Small results, handled well, create room for more capacity. More capacity creates better results. Better results create new responsibility. New responsibility carried with wisdom creates even more room. That is how momentum is built. Quietly. Repeatedly, powerfully, so do not despise the small beginning. Do not rush past the basics. Do not try to build a huge life on a weak foundation and then act surprised when stress exposes the cracks. Build carefully. Build honestly. Build patiently. Every boundary is a wall going up. Every system is new support being installed. Every disciplined choice adds strength to the frame. Every act of ownership prepares you for greater trust. The most valuable thing you gain in this process is not only the blessing you are asking for, it is the person you become while getting ready to hold it. And once that person is built, many things that used to feel rare become repeatable. Setbacks become less final. Delays become less frightening. Opportunities become less random. Because now your life has a vessel. Now your life has structure. Now your life has somewhere safe for increase to land. So if you feel stuck today, do not only ask when things will change. Ask what in you must become stronger, cleaner, steadier, wiser, and more ordered so change can stay when it comes. Start today. One boundary, one system, one hard truth, one act of discipline, one piece of chaos removed, one decision your future self will thank you for. Your next level does not begin when everything outside you changes. It begins when your inside becomes able to carry more without breaking. And that work starts now.